Welcome back to another episode of Two Dimes and a Token. Your guest here, Bruck Nasty, Kanyeezy.
You know what time it is.
And put a round of applause. We have an amazing guest here today. Mr. Matt, right? Coming in, flying in from Baltimore.
Straight up.
Right?
Shout out to the Ravens. Go ahead. I just had to
Shout out to the Ravens, yeah. So he's actually flying in from Baltimore, doing a bodybuilding show to decide the next steps of his career, if he's going to go pro or not.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right? That's what
Saturday.
I'm talking about. This guy, I went to school with this guy in college for a year. I got to tell you, big reason I reached out to him months ago. And I was super stoked to have him on because this guy is such a class dude, man. Just great, just a phenomenal human being. And I think that's something that people need to hear more of, which is why I was so excited to get him on. He does, basically, he's a personal trainer, operates his own business,
Yes.
right? Do Work Factory. Yeah. That's what we're repping today. The Do Work Factory. If you guys, you're online, right?
Yep, online, Instagram, everything.
Everything, social media. So in the middle of this pod, pull up another page, right? Look this shit up. Before you do that, though, make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Do
right?
work. Do work.
And yes, also subscribe to Do Work. But make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment. Even if you're talking shit, we want to see a little bit of movement in there, okay? Let us know what you think. Again, even if you're talking shit, we want to hear it because then we'll clap back. We'll start a little war online.
Starting with Matt.
But back to the focus. So again, like I said, I'm super excited to have Matt on. Again, phenomenal guy, and he's got an amazing story to tell us today. But before we get into that, what is our drink of the pod, my friend?
It is First Form, and it's a protein shake.
Ooh.
And I pretty much just drink protein and water all day long.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's yours? That's yours?
No, that's yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put down the goat.
Yeah, so today, this pod is an alcohol-free pod. Usually we have some type of drink that everybody likes.
Yes.
Matt comes on. Got to go healthy, baby.
I'm
Switch
excited
it up.
Matt
Got to
be
make
here.
it work. I love
This
it. I
is
love
sobering up. This is a great
Fantastic.
time. Great time.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Absolutely. There. Oh,
There we go.
That's actually fucking delicious.
That's that fruity pebbles.
Yes,
that's that fruity pebbles.
So, let's dive into it, man. Tell us a little about your story. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, in Baltimore City. And
Shout out to B-Boy.
yeah, holding it down.
Yeah.
My parents just were blue collar. Nothing was given to us as kids. We had to work for everything. I got a scholarship actually to go play soccer down there with you at Weber.
I remember.
And then I transferred back to a school in West Virginia. And my senior project was a mobile gym because I knew I didn't have the money to open my own gym. So I started, I turned a trailer into a gym. And I was driving around training athletes.
Wow.
And then COVID hit, and I had to buy a bigger trailer because I had around 100 people at one of my classes in the prime of COVID.
Oh, my God.
Where? So you obviously
I'm excited about that.
inside. Everything's shut down. So where are you doing this?
I was doing it in like parking lots. I would go to like bars and restaurants. Since the bars and restaurants were closed,
Yeah.
I would do it in their parking lot, train everybody, have a DJ, everything, 6 feet apart.
Really?
Yeah. And again, it would help their business as well because people would buy drinks, food. It would just bring the community together even more, even at a crazy time we lived in.
That's awesome, man. That's fucking cool.
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
everyone's gonna ask, "How did you survive the pandemic?"
Yeah.
and he really
My
survived.
man really, he got better in every aspect.
I doubled down, and a lot of times when you're an entrepreneur, you have to find a way.
Yeah.
Like there's no blueprint. It's just find a way. If you fail, keep going.
That's awesome, man. So let me ask you: Did you get any negative feedback from other like companies or
Tons.
people? Or
I got death threats. I had people,
Really?
I literally had people write messages and emails, and somebody like I have literally turned my big car trailer into the gym.
Yeah.
Somebody took the lug nuts off my trailer twice, and I literally was driving down the highway, and the tires got sawed off and went right past my truck.
No way!
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! Like it was that people were that serious?
People were that mad that again, like I wasn't making people come to my class. It was $10 a class. I was running. That's it. $10 a class.
Yeah.
Wasn't like, and like I had to like on Instagram you can do like a close friends. I had to take it off the public because people were like calling the cops, knowing where I would be at, and I would have to make a close friends group.
Bro,
Wow.
that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I changed
Boy,
locations 10 different times.
dude. I'm not gonna lie, they probably had no idea what you looked like because they probably wouldn't have done.
And I turned my townhouse into a gym. I literally went to Pennsylvania every week to buy a real piece of gym equipment, and I literally turned my townhouse. I had a leg press, a hack squat, Smith machine. I had everything that you could think of in a gym in a little townhouse.
Wow.
So what made you want to get into fitness altogether?
Yeah, because I love that you asked that because I was thinking the same thing. We're like on the fucking same page.
Yeah.
Dude, you were like a multi-sport athlete. Because
Yes.
I remember there was one time at Weber, they were playing a game. Remember soccer field was at? Mm-hmm. Bro, somebody tried my man in the back corner or something. And next thing you know exactly what I'm talking
Smoked
about.
him.
Dude, slammed him, right? But it was legal. And you just see Matt like, bitch. I was like,
Sometimes you gotta show them.
Sometimes you gotta do it. But yeah, so like you were involved in multiple sports.
I played college soccer and college baseball.
Yeah,
And I
so-
didn't play college baseball down at Weber because I had to get Tommy John. So I left Weber, got Tommy John, and then finished up playing college baseball after I left Weber.
Nice.
And then I wrestled in high school.
Damn. So back to that. So what got you into bodybuilding?
Got me into bodybuilding. It was my therapy. Everybody who digs into bodybuilding or powerlifting or CrossFit, it's their therapy. Like you'll see a lot of people in those fitness worlds that are actually the most broken people, and they use it as their therapy, their outlet. Just because I have, I don't know, we'll say bigger muscles than a normal human being doesn't make me bigger or better than you. Like you'll see a lot of people who are very egotistical in my field.
Yeah.
And they think they're better than somebody just because they are larger and just you're in better shape.
Yeah.
I found the gym as my therapy, and it kept me out of trouble. I live in Baltimore City. Like I've had friends got shot, stabbed to death, like drugs, like all that stuff. And like it kept me out of doing that stuff and really saved my life. And I got made fun of growing up big time. I had big ears, really skinny guy. And I got tortured and just made fun of. And now nobody makes fun of me.
Nobody makes fun of
But
this.
I was that skinny kid that literally got tortured and made fun of, called Dumbo all the time. And everybody's like, why are you like so calm and cool? Like, it's because I was that skinny kid just trying to work out and just trying to get bigger and trying to find my way in life. That the gym is great for like definitely this younger generation that needs it more than anything, because we were talking before, like social media is taken over.
Yeah.
And like the likes and the comments, it's not all about that. It's all about just finding your path in life. And that's what the gym did for me.
See, I love that shit because that's actually literally one of the reasons that we started this. Because we sit around and we bullshit. And usually we didn't do it to shout out for the token, man.
Yeah.
We are missing our token today. That's my fault. But he actually had some personal things he had to handle down south, so he's not here today. But usually we have my brother. He's a token addict. He was an addict for 15 years, and he's going on 4 years sober.
Good for him.
Yeah. So, and we all love just the three of us is just sitting around and bullshit. Next thing you know, we look up and we've been chatting for 6 hours. So we're like, hey man, this is something we really enjoy, like, and we love bringing on new people. So we're like, man, let's kind of kickstart, like find something you want to do and
run with it.
and run with it. So that's fucking cool, man. That's fucking cool.
I'm all for it. But the difference was like, when did it transition in your head to say, this is going to be my career?
I would say you probably had MySpace. Like this is going to
Of
show
course,
us.
we all have MySpace.
This is our age.
Tom, baby.
Top five. Top
literally-
my friend.
I literally was going through a breakup and I was just chilling on MySpace and I saw a bodybuilding show out in California. Like I live in Baltimore, Maryland, and I just saw like a Palm Springs bodybuilding show. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I flew out to California, told my mom, I was like, hey mom, drop me off at the airport. Like I'm 20 years old, can't even rent a car. And I had to have my buddy who I played baseball with help me rent a car. Flew out to California, did my first ever bodybuilding show. I won all 4 first place trophies and I had to get my trophies flown home.
Dude, really?
And
The very first time.
very first time. And like I didn't have a coach, just trained myself, YouTubed everything, and I won.
Dude.
You know,
I just went for it.
That's crazy for
That's
that
just-
happen.
that's
Just
fucking-
off your very first time. Most people get like that little hit and then they want it again. So that's what made you want to continue to keep going?
It's
Yeah.
like the definition. You ever see dodgeball? Here at Globo Gym, we're better than you. And we know it. Yeah. That's what he did. He walked in there and said, I whooped everyone's ass. That's awesome.
Yeah. Out of how many people did you compete against?
I think like 20.
Okay, so it was a good amount of people to where it was
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know if I'm going to win this or not.
Yeah, I had no clue. I went up there and had fun. And when you have fun and just you're not stressed, like when it comes to bodybuilding, like your cortisol levels are like stress levels. If you're stressed out of your mind, your body can literally turn to trash really, really quick. I just went up there and had fun and I won. And it was just a blast. And I met great quality people out in California. Like when you're out in California, like just like down here with you guys, it's like you're showing your body off and your physique and there's healthier options. Like it's normal. Out in Baltimore, Maryland, like everybody's drinking, everybody's covered up pretty much 9 months out of the year. So like out there, like I felt like I was home. Like it wasn't weird drinking a gallon of water or weird eating out of a Tupperware container. It was pretty cool to be around people that are like minded.
So why did you not move to California after that?
I was going back to college, play college baseball.
Gotcha. Did you win any money from that competition?
No, you don't win any money, but you just you qualify. Like I just did a show to qualify to come down here and hang out with you guys. So if you turn pro, then you can do pro shows and win money and sponsorships.
Oh, okay. So you're right at the
You're on the cusp.
I'm right there.
Okay.
So
but you still have your own business right
Yes.
now. So it's kind of like if that takes over, are you going to do away with your business, or are you going to?
No, like I love my business. I love my clients. Like before I even sat down, I just one of my clients just texted me saying that I won Baltimore's best trainer again.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Dude, fuck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
You're doing
awesome.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
So,
Dude, congrats. How many times is this now? What?
Baltimore style, I've won 4 years in a row.
Holy shit.
So
Yo,
stud.
you see it right here.
Yeah.
The fucking trainer of the year, right? Pretty
Yes.
soon to be the best trainer in the fucking country.
I'm just
on
trying
the
to figure
podcast,
out what
baby.
so why are we? What's the difference between just Baltimore and the USA? How do you just conquer the whole thing?
It's just about marketing, like marketing yourself and actually like caring for your clients. You'll see a lot of people in the bodybuilding world or the fitness industry that are like writing cookie cutter programs or diets. Like your diet should be a lot different than his diet. Your meal, your programming. Okay, if you want your lats to get bigger, we need to program movements that work best for you. If he needs to build legs, it's a different program. A lot of times you'll see the trainers just, okay, you get this, this, and this. And it's the same thing that client A and client B have when they're completely different genetics. So it's just all about like actually catering towards each client and just caring for them.
Oh, okay. So it's more of a personal base.
Yes.
You know, you're seeing the progression. I dabbled in personal training for a while, and then I realized it's just a lot of different body types that you have to deal with. Anorexia, people that are feeding into the bad habits, like your husband is a chef. So it's going to make you eat bad because he's feeding you 5-course meals. No matter how much I try to steer you in that right direction, you still have somebody else.
It's up to you. As like you can give as much as you can, but if your clients don't want to follow it, that's on them. Like you as a trainer, you're supposed to give them the best path, but they still have to walk it by themselves pretty much.
I mean, that's all. I feel like as a trainer, you're more of a therapist and an accountability partner.
Easily.
It's more
Hands
so.
down.
You think you're going in there and you're just setting up workouts, but you're really just letting them release all their fears, all their doubts, and then I'm holding you accountable each and every week to do what you said you were going to do, not what I said you were going to do, but what you're going to say.
Yep.
And just setting those goals and those perimeters. Once I realized I was doing a whole lot more hand holding, I was like, this may be not for me because at the end of the day, I wasn't even working out. So how do you find time to work out when you're training people?
It's tough, but it's all about time management. Like every minute of my day is accounted for. I have an app that I train clients on. I have one-on-ones. I have boot camps. So from 6 a.m. till 2 o'clock, I train one-on-one. And then from 2:30 to 4:30, I train myself. And then 5 to 6, I rechange my boot camp room up. And then I have boot camp at 6 to 7. And then I redo it again the next day.
Okay. Because that was always the hardest.
And you're constantly changing, mixing, matching on a daily basis, pretty much.
Yes. Like
Wow.
my whole classroom, like when you hear boot camp, you think sleds, tires, all that crap.
Yes.
It's not. My class is completely opposite of that. It's like how me and you would train in the gym. Like, okay, today is a leg day. All my equipment is set up just for a quality leg day. It's slow and control, time under tension. Yeah. It's not about how many. You will never do a burpee. You won't do a med ball slam in my class. Like we're actually trying to build on muscle tissue. So if I get your heart rate through the roof and you can't lower it down, you're not going to be able to execute the movement or the lift.
Yeah.
So it's all about slow and controlled, focusing on, like, you'll hear Arnold Schwarzenegger say, like, focus on the pump, focus on the squeeze at hand,
Yeah.
which most trainers, like, just yelling at him, like, move this fucking weight. Just like our college sports coaches. Move it, and I don't care how you do it, but just move it.
So that's where I learned how to lift weights. And it's funny because I played football in college. I learned how to lift weights in the past 2 years, like really lift weights. Because when we went in there as football players, and you know this now, because when we go to lift, Keon doesn't have the same regiment that I like in the gym, right? Keon loves the way he is. Me, I would love to get big. I want to get big as fuck. So I'm constantly doing 10 sets, 10 reps, but slow control. It's not heavyweight, but it's focusing on
the
squeeze.
contraction
In
drive.
football, right? It was move the fucking weight.
Yeah, I don't care.
You engaged and you fired so many different muscles and so many different things. You never actually grew. Like I had a horrible bench my whole career. The most I ever benched was like 405, right? I could have done a lot more, but I realize now how weak my pectorals are and my triceps are strong as shit,
Yes.
right? And I'm like, wow, if I'd have just... So now I'm trying to build a chest for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? So, and I learned a lot from... I posted a picture. I went and saw him at a it was like a Vitamin Shop premiere opening. Seth Verosi.
Yes.
One of my favorites of all time to watch.
His motivational speaking is spot on. Like, his company's great. Again, like when we were talking about like building companies and brands, like he is his brand. Like he works his ass off and he's top notch, very knowledgeable, and he's already affected us in this room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I watched a lot of his stuff, especially when he breaks down the workouts and why you're doing what you're doing, how to do it, the angles, the body, like, you know, just the time under tension, but also the different way your angles do, especially for shoulders, right? We used to just come straight up, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, what you should do, pop your elbows out a little bit, never go above shoulders, right? And then focus on the squeeze, lower the weight. And it was like, holy shit.
And then you just start firing so much more blood flow and your shoulders just start building and building.
Exactly.
And I'm like, why didn't anybody teach this when we were younger? Because
Nobody
they didn't know that neither.
Really?
Like, we didn't have, like, our parents didn't have the resources. Like, we want to look something up in 2 seconds. Boop, boop. These kids have so much stuff at their hand when they're just sitting on TikTok and YouTube and not even researching like how to start a business, how to actually do this, how to start a podcast like you guys.
Yeah.
These kids are just worried about likes and comments, and that's it. I'm like, come on.
It's a popularity
I was
contest.
going to
It
say,
is.
I feel like a punk because I did say, hey, like and comment on our shit right when we started.
Don't get it twisted. But it's a popularity contest.
But
it is.
And I always tell people, I'm not doing it for the popularity.
Yeah.
I'm doing it to actually say something that's going to trigger you to do something different.
And
with
your
the wind.
passion. Like,
Yes.
it's not like God said, hey, you're doing this because of X, Y, and Z. God came down and said, hey, you're going to start a podcast so you can influence as many people as possible.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
And that's the part. I feel like in the world, when everyone's listening, you're talking. That's the reason why I felt like this was the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
It's a space for everyone to grow and be the voice of the next generation. And maybe you can get them to, you know, care about themselves a whole lot more, because this generation is lacking care.
So much filters, so much changing things. It's like, be original. Like, what happened to just being you?
That's
Everything's all about image, though. It's always about, like, it fucking irritates the shit out of me. It's image. Everybody's worried about how things look. Who cares, right? Why don't you just go out and do what makes you happy? Or just go out and do something. But everybody's so focused on how things look or how they look doing something, makes people fearful to try new things.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, that's the part where I get really irritated, especially as a parent, as a father. I get fired up when I'm talking to my daughter, because my son will go out and do anything. Ryder will do anything. He'll go out and shoot hoops. He'll do it by himself. He'll throw the football to himself. Whatever he wants to do in his mind, I'm just going to go do it.
Yeah.
My daughter, first thing she says when we say, hey, we should try this, well, what are people going to think? And that's the first thing I got to look at her. And I say, I don't give a shit what people think. Who cares? Are you going to have fun?
It's tough. Like, I train nothing but women for the most part. Like, and I train a lot of women athletes, a lot of moms. Like, doing that for 12 years of training women, like, we lucked out being guys.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Really?
honestly, like
Oh yeah, by far.
Being
When
a
they have a
woman
baby and,
and
all
like
that good stuff.
the stress of like postpartum, during pregnancy, what their bodies and physiques and their mental state look like after. Like what women have to go through is I couldn't even fathom.
Yes.
And like seeing you being a dad with a daughter and like what these daughters have to grow up with all these filters, these likes. If I post, I need to be very popular, so I got to post pictures of my ass or duck face. Like, no, like you can be a stand-up, powerful woman and still get your likes.
Yeah, I mean, but the difference is that's what's popular. I mean, if you go on social media, any Facebook, Instagram, you're gonna see the duck face. You're gonna see the provocative pictures because sex sells and sex allows attention to come in your direction, and that's what they're really craving because they didn't get attention. So
I was going to say in our last pod, remember we had Miss Jaji, right?
Jaji.
And that was a totally different side of it. Her opinion was, I'm showing off what looks good. If you're looking and it distracts you, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean,
so I mean, what would you say to that? If she was sitting right here today, would you agree or would you?
I have clients like that have OnlyFans. I have women that are dancers. Like I say, do what you ever feel like brings you happiness. And again, like some of these girls and women need money to come in to support their kids and to support their family. Like I don't know, and I can't comment on it because I'm a guy. I don't have any kids. I have a niece, but if I saw my niece's pictures all over social media, I'd be pretty upset. But it's a tough call. It's a very, very tough call because like we don't know what they're going through, what they have to do. Like if they're just trying to get their bills paid. Like if we were put in that predicament, I don't know what I would do.
I mean, I feel like and this is no knock on anybody that does that. I'll have to find another way. And that's just me. I don't care if I'm a waiter.
Morals.
I don't care if it's in service. I'll find another way than to show off what I worked so hard to accomplish. Now it's a little bit different. If I didn't work out and I just had it genetically, then by all means, I'll just shake what my mama gave me. But because I put so much effort into it, my diet, all those things come into factor, only the people that I really care about get a chance to see that. It should be some level of purity that goes along with it.
I love that word.
It's a selected few
that are allowed to see what I have.
Yes, that goes without saying. But as a woman, I don't look at flesh as just that. It's nothing but skin and bone. So I can't get mad at you for doing what pays.
Yeah,
and that goes into a whole nother light. But when you talk about training people, you've been with people, you had clients for years, so you've seen their self-esteem skyrocket.
Yes.
But when they walked into the room, they had their head down, they had their eyes down, self-esteem was low, they didn't feel like they were anything. And now they walk around with their chest up. And it's not just because of you, but it's because they put in the work and you held them accountable.
And their work ethic like really pushed them to mentally, like when you can get through that next level of like when a coach is telling you, hey, like let's bench this. Yeah. And you finally bench that, you're like, okay, I just broke a new ceiling. Okay, let's go after the next one.
Yep.
So like seeing a client reach a goal, okay, there's another mountain we got to climb now. Let's go find another mountain. It keeps progressing you as a human to really go after goals and really go after something different in life, which is great.
So on the opinion of going back to that, I have to say, I think the same thing I said last time, I was very two-faced about it. Other people like, yeah, do you? You know, my daughter was doing it. Fuck no, like absolutely not.
But the difference is you're going to provide that
outlet.
Not even the outlet. You're giving her the attention now.
Yeah.
Some girls didn't get attention. They weren't the most attractive girl in the room.
Yeah. I feel you.
So now I officially blossomed. I grew up. You talked about your ears and all that good stuff, but you blossom into everything that you were meant to be. In the beginning stage, you're just growing. Things are going to grow rapidly in different directions. And now she finally looks the way where she feels confident in who she is. So I'm not mad about that. Plus, you're going to always go fund your daughter. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not going to have Avery go out there and do something crazy when you can just ask me for it.
Yeah.
It's no problem in that regard. These women don't have that avenue. They don't have someone that's going to provide a way of living, so they don't have to do something that they shouldn't be doing. Well, I wouldn't say
feel
shouldn't
you.
be doing, but
Yeah,
they don't
I
want to do.
totally get it. Like they don't have that father figure or the boyfriend or the husband to like, you know what, babe, you're good. You don't need to do any of this. We're gonna find a way together to get us to something or a vacation or to pay for our kids' schooling or something. Some of those girls don't have that, and that's where that's their last resort is to do that. So
I want to circle back on goals and stuff like that, because now that you're 4-time trainer of the year, what's your next goal when it comes to as a trainer? You've already reached the top, the ceiling.
Are you still mobile with your business?
I have a business inside of Gold's Gym in Dundalk.
Okay.
I have
Love goals.
Yeah, like both of the owners, a guy named Bruce and Leo. I love working for them. They have brought me on board for like the last year or two, and my business has flourished because they've supported me. My general manager, Kristen and Jen, top-notch general managers. We're a big family and group that we're just building the community inside of Gold's Gym. And then I have a food prep company that I am the trainer for. It's called Jimmy's Famous Seafood Meals. They are well known for their crab cakes.
Yeah.
Their food is top notch. You've probably seen them on ESPN. But the community that we're building around and inside of the Gold's Gym that we're at, that's our main goal, is to flourish as a trainer, is just to keep helping as many people in the Baltimore area. And if I do have some clients throughout the United States, different spots, but it's just trying to build a community through Gold's Gym and Jimmy's Famous Seafood. And that's our main goal right now.
I mean, but the gym is you're going to become so popular that the gym is small enough. It's not big enough anymore.
So you're gonna have literally. I was thinking on the same thing. What's the time frame you think? Because I mean, you can't. No, everyone's gonna notice now. You're 4-time in a row trainer of the year for Baltimore, right? So what's the next time frame where now all of a sudden you have your own facility and you have Do Work Factory right there in the front? Like,
that was one of my goals in the beginning, but the overhead and everything like that is like not in my future, I don't think, because of Gold's Gym and like the family we've created. Like probably my next goal is to have other trainers, top tier trainers underneath of me, which we're actually trying to build up right now. A guy named Wesley, he's going to come on board. I have another coach, Coach Jocelyn. They're top trainers, and we're just going to keep making sure that they help as many people as possible. So we're going to create a team of Do Work Factory trainers that just take over the world. So like, even at Thanksgiving, everybody's going to go eat, have a great time with their family. In my boot camp room, I had 50 clients for a 1-hour class.
really?
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted to make sure they made some room for the.
I was gonna say. So you're even there on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we
Bro.
do charity events, we do charity work, we do a lot of money. Like, as you can tell, I have a paw print. I adopt a lot of my dogs. We'll donate to it's called Barks, Show Your Soft Side, Pitties and Purrs, the Hero Rescue. Like, I love animals probably more than people sometimes.
I definitely love animals more than people.
Like,
That's a given fact. That's a given fact. They don't even talk back to you.
They don't. It's amazing. So like the animal rescues that we work with are amazing as well. So big time.
Dude, that's incredible, dude. I feel like I'm sitting next to fucking Superman right now.
Yeah, we didn't know
Yeah,
how
like,
big
come
he
on,
really
dude.
was. He came in.
I'm listening and I'm like, man, I should really improve my life.
Yeah. I mean,
I should be better.
I never wore a different long sleeve shirt, but once I realized he was coming on, it's like, I can hide my muscles today.
No, so
he got them all. He got them all.
So, I honestly, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to agree with me when I say this, dude. Love the direction that you're taking it. So, I guess my next question would be: so you're trying to build a network of trainers underneath you, right? Are you thinking that maybe you'll expand to more Gold's Gyms and try to expand larger family that way, or do you really just want to stick to where you're at for a little while? And
So inside of Gold's Gym, our owners own, I believe, 12 different Gold's Gyms throughout the Maryland and Virginia area.
really,
And if we take over and flourished very well in the Dundalk area, we're going to try to take over other Gold's Gyms that they own that allow me to help as many people as possible. Like, again, me training women, when women go into a gym, they see a piece of equipment, what do? That they don't know? They'll be like, no, I'm good. I'm not fucking trying that. For us guys, they'll hop on and just just do something.
Just try it out.
So me and my sister does work with me, and she's helped me build my business dramatically because she does all the back end work. So shout out to my sister. She's done amazing. So like when you walk into a gym, like say if your wife doesn't know how to use a piece of equipment, I literally put a scan code on each piece of equipment inside that gym. So you can tap it and there's a YouTube video for free that is explaining to you how to adjust the weight, adjust the piece of equipment that works best for you. And then there's free flyers and pamphlets right when you walk inside of Gold's Gym in Dundalk, that there's a free gym pamphlets with your rest period, your reps, your sets, and your scan codes inside of your pamphlet. So
But you just said everyone has to train differently. So you can't, me and him can't have the same rest period.
Yeah.
So like there's pamphlets for leg day, back day, chest day, shoulder day. So like if you are a brand new person, like you guys are more advanced gym goers, like if somebody walked into the gym, they'd be like, what do? They usually just do what? Cardio.
Yes.
They're terrified. They'll go on the cardio for like 20, 30 minutes and then roll out or do abs. But now it's like, okay, let's just try to get them on a piece of equipment. Okay, they did a piece of equipment. They did proper. They're like, all right. Just like if you give somebody knowledge is power. So if you give some normal average Joe some power to like be very, very confident seeing a piece of equipment, it's just going to have them come back to the gym, and then makes them feel better about themselves. And then that's where like when me and you were talking, like their confidence just starts building up, and it's amazing to see when somebody lands like a great lift or a good work. It's just like, awesome, I helped.
Yeah, and they accomplish their goals. So I feel like there's no more fulfilling job, and that's just me, than being a trainer, because you're seeing that person have a goal in the beginning of the year. You always see those in the beginning of the year. This is my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
And then by the end of January, they're all gone. It's like, oh man, but the people that stay committed from there all the way to the end of the year and they see those results, it's like you did the work. I was just here.
I was just guiding you.
I was just guiding you.
You believed in yourself. I gave you a little bit of guidance and form and technique. You still had to do the work.
Yes. And then to see them.
That's awesome.
I had a moment with my dad this week, and he said, Keon, going into 2023, I have one goal for you, and that's to be disciplined, because the majority of people that you see out in the world don't have a lick of discipline. And if you have discipline, they have a problem with that, because it's like, why do you feel like you have to be a certain way when you don't? So you're the parent for you now. So being a trainer, you know for a fact, I'm a parent as well. Like you say, you don't have any kids, but now you have 50 kids on any given day.
Oh yeah,
that have to listen to you. And adults act just like kids, have temper tantrums, feel like they don't want to do it. Why am I doing this?
The world's ending.
They're just like kids, and you don't realize that because their parents stopped at a certain point, and you have to take over from there. So being a trainer each and every day is, you have more kids than he does. There's no ifs and buts about it.
Yeah.
You just really get a chance to see them have an adult conversation. Because with kids, you can talk to your kids all day long, and it's like, it's going in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
It happens with adults as well.
Yeah.
But they at least look like they're retaining what you're giving. Yeah, there's something. So when discipline is the biggest problem in this next generation, 10 years from now, that's still going to be the same problem.
Yeah.
You're still going to have a lack of discipline. So what made you more disciplined going in that you had to take yourself seriously? Because the rest of the world really just laughs at themselves. They don't really take themselves seriously. So what makes you take yourself serious?
I take myself serious because if you don't take me serious, or if I don't take myself serious, no one's going to trust in your business. If you, like, again, my company is called Do Work. If I'm not doing work, no one's going to give two shits about me. Like, you have to literally walk the path that you say. And you see people all the time that say, oh, I do this, I do that. And then when it comes down to it, they don't. Like, I bartended for 12, 13 years, raising enough money to start my side hustle of buying gym equipment to start being a trainer. Like, I train people for free in a parking lot, like out of a 96 Honda Accord with broken windows with a barbell and a couple of dumbbells. Like, people would be laughing at me when I was bartending, and I started my company called Do Work when MySpace was still around. I'm bartending, getting people drunk, and everybody's like, you want to drink with me? No, I got to train people at 7 a.m, and I don't get off work till 3. So like, people were like, no one's going to be more disciplined. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I'm going to win because I believe I'm going to win. Like I don't need my mom. I don't need my dad. I don't need people around me to clap for me. Everything happens again, like when we're playing football or sports.
Yeah.
Coach can only be there so much. Like when the lights are shut off and everything and everybody's at home, are you running that extra mile? Are you touching the line on that sprint? Are you cutting it short? Because if you cut it short, it's going to show. So I already know that I'm going to outwork anybody.
So that's what made you come up with the name Do Work. What about that thing?
So have you ever seen the show Robin Big?
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
yeah, so like,
Absolutely.
their show was called Do Work, Son. Or like that was their slogan was Do Work, Son.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Do work. I'm just going to do work. And I ran with that. And I got made fun of. Like, oh, people be, oh, do work, do work.
Yeah.
And now, who's doing work?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Who's going to laugh now at me?
Yeah.
I have a very successful business. I help people. I'm actually the cheapest trainer in Baltimore, Maryland. And like, I charge $60 for an hour. I have $10 classes with no monthly rate. It's come and go as you please. I make sure that my fees or my prices are very, very relatively cheap because a personal trainer shouldn't just be for the wealthy or for somebody who's well off.
Yeah.
So like if I give somebody, I'd rather take quantity over like rich people. Like if I can have 50 people I can help at one time and make $10, awesome. Compared to 2 clients that you charge them $1,000. Like that's the biggest thing with me. It's like I'm going to give you a great price, and I'm going to make sure you get the most out of me as possible.
I mean, that's a level of humility that you seldomly hear. Once people get successful, they bring that bar up.
That's
to the next level. Oh yeah, it was $10 before. Now it's $50 an hour.
Yeah,
because now I'm the top trainer. So will that ever change for you? Will you always be the?
I'll probably be one of the cheapest trainers for a long time, and I'd rather just take more people on at a time, and then have my other trainers help take on that flow of clients.
Okay.
How often do you feel like, because you're talking about low rates, but anybody can come in, it's come and go as you please for some of your classes. At some points, like you have to get overwhelmed when you have all these people and you're doing, I mean, let's be real. What time do you get up?
I get up at 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. And then your training day sometimes doesn't end until what, 8?
Mm-hmm. I don't pick my dog up. I drop my dog off at my mom's at 5:30.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah. My mom's my best friend, my number one fan, and I love her a ton. Drop my dog off at my mom's doggy daycare to her at 5:30. I'm at the gym by 6, and I'm training clients, and then I'm at her house by 8, and then go home and do it all over again the next day.
So how do you like and I'm assuming you include weekends probably on this.
I have boot camp Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. At what point do you what is your thing for you? Because I have to recharge my batteries. I'll be totally real with you. I can do things. I love helping people. That's a very big passion of mine as well, right? But I hit a certain point, especially on a weekly basis, where I need 4 hours.
Yeah.
Mike needs time to love Mike.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
you.
So where do you get that in your schedule?
It's very hard to find that, and I will be totally honest with that. Sometimes I do get overwhelmed, and even when I'm off of work, I'm still working because of my app, and I'm still talking to clients.
Yeah.
Some days I'll take off Sundays, and I've definitely put my business over loved ones. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have kids. Everybody sees driving up to your house right now, seeing your son.
Yeah.
I want to be a dad one day. I do, but I can't do that until my business is where it's at. The sacrifice that I've had to make, I could have been married, could have had kids, all that. But I know how time consuming and everything is that you have to give up a lot of stuff to be so-called successful in life.
Yeah.
Which people don't get or understand.
So no, that's a good way to go look at it. You want to have those things, but you have kind of like a milestone you have to reach in order to accomplish those things. And it's always going to be waiting for you because it's a plethora of options out there. When do you know? Okay, it's that time. It's
after I turn pro this weekend. That opens new doors. Hopefully, I build my business. I feel like after this year, We have a lot of goals going after this year for 2023. I feel like 2024, I can not pump the brakes, but I can really start living a life for myself and just put myself first just here and there
When do you go on vacation?
randomly.
And how long is that vacation?
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
mean-
real.
It's probably 3 days.
Dude,
You see this right here? The sign above you says bad decisions
make better stories.
make better stories. So you're not I mean, living the life of discipline. I tell everyone it's a lonely life.
It is. It's very lonely.
Because nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to let go, and if you don't let go, it's like, why do you have so much control? No one makes it out at the end. So
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, everybody's like, you're missing out on life. I am to a certain extent, but I'll start living my life when I just bought a house. I got a new truck finally. I literally have done everything on my own, and I've seen my dad work really, really hard. Like, my dad was the only person working, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, took care of us. Like, I want to be able to be financially stable, to be like, you know what? Let's go take a trip and not have to care about money or stress. Like, I've seen how much money can really pull families away from each other.
well, it's not just, I always tell people it's not just money. It's always, it's that we talked about in the beginning, that attention.
Yeah.
It's a lot of women that get into a relationship and they lack
yeah, go ahead.
they lack that attention that they need. So gotcha. You can't drink all this water and all this
No,
protein.
There's always something going on.
Hey, listen. While he's gone, give a shout out to the our advertisement.
Yeah, so we might as well shoot this out there. So we want to give a big shout outs to once again Joe's Backyard Barbecue, right? The best barbecue in the fucking land. Let me tell you something about this place, okay? Not only is it the best service that you're going to get from Joe himself, all right? The best food that you will ever taste in all of fucking America when it comes to barbecue, okay? I'm telling you that right now. So next time you guys are in Florida, come down to Lake Worth, check out your boy Joe. I promise you, there's not a single point in time where you will not leave completely satisfied. You are going to leave full, completely satisfied, and feeling fucking phenomenal about your food choice in Joe's Backyard Barbecue.
You're good, and
So-
he's back.
And he's
Now,
back. He's back.
I must say, I've been doing this, working out consistently since last May. Been taking it to the next level, running 4 to 8 miles every day, on top of working out, because you have to be disciplined. The days I don't do it, I feel like crap. I feel like I let myself down, and that's just me. What would you tell someone that's just starting to work out? What would you tell them to do to kickstart, going in that direction?